Hey fellas, Snorkel MMA here, and welcome to my videos. This is going to be my predictions for UFC Noche, UFC Sphere, UFC Vegas 846, whatever you want to call it. I've been sick this week, so that's why this video's out so late. It's almost kind of pointless doing it because the event's tomorrow, so this is going to be up for like 12 hours before the event starts, but I wanted to get it out just for the sake of getting it out type thing. Okay, so starting off with the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili for the bantamweight title of the world. So I'm going to go Sean O'Malley by KO. And I'm thinking like round 3. I think it'll be like laterish rounds, maybe like round 3 or 4. I think if it gets to 5, O'Malley might be cooked. But yeah, I don't think he'll get him super early just because Merab's so durable, but I think he'll like wear him down. And Merab will be shooting it a lot, like taking a lot of damage, maybe even getting Sugar down, but Sugar will get back up. And I think he'll just be taking a lot of damage. And he'll eventually just crack him in round 3. So yeah, I think he'll crack him and like he'll go down to the ground with him and it'll be like a heavy ground and pound and the ref will stop it. I don't think Merab will be like KO'd. I think it'll be more of like a TKO, like the doctor, the ref will be like, oh shit, this guy's taking too much damage. He's not defending himself intelligently, and then he'll just stop it. And there'll be like kind of, I think it'll be similar to the Aljo where some people are saying it's early, but like Aljo's getting pummeled for like fucking 30 seconds straight. He's not really getting a better position. My reasoning for this is, both Miles Morales, and Henry Cejudo rocked Merab in like the exact same way. And if you can get rocked by kind of in the pocket shorter fighters like that, you're definitely going to get rocked by Sean, who's a sniper at range, which is like a way better striking style to deal with Merab's style. So I think the Merab will get hit a lot. And O'Malley has really good knees up the middle. He cracked Cheetah with that knee, and he's also just hit a lot of people with that same knee up the middle. It's kind of like really dangerous for Merab, because Merab just kind of shoots in, not really that intelligent. Like, he doesn't really hide it. Like, maybe he'll hide it behind like a massive overhand, but I think Sean will see through the overhand into fucking grabbing the single leg game that Merab plays. So yeah, I really think that Sean O'Malley's striking style is a kryptonite for Merab's style, really. The only thing that Merab has is he's like really fucking durable. So if he can literally tank O'Malley shots, because I think O'Malley does hit hard, but it's bantamweight, so it's not like it's heavyweight where if he lands one hit in an entry, he's instantly going to spark him. So the only way I can see Merab winning is if he constantly just pressure and he somehow eats strikes like Cheetah was doing. And he just kind of, like the 4/5, O'Malley starts to gas. And like he has less pepper on his shots and he has less like threat. And Merab can just like grab the single leg and then it'll turn into the yarn fight. But I really think that O'Malley is strong enough, like powerful enough, that he'll hit Merab enough times that he'll eventually go down, and he's got way better finishing fight IQ than Morales and Cejudo, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my pick. Sean O'Malley KO, mark my words, bro. And I think it's just kind of, it'd be kind of shit if Merab won. I know that's nothing to say, but just like in the cosmos, Sean O'Malley's like brings way more hype to the division, and I just hope he wins. I don't mind Merab. He seems like kind of a nice, chill guy. But, he doesn't really have, like, the aura that O'Malley has. Moving down to the co-main event, Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 3 for the strawweight women's championship of the world. I'm going to go Grasso by unanimous decision. I rewatched the second fight, and Grasso dropped Shevchenko on so many occasions. Like, it was kind of like goofy drops as well. Like, Shevchenko did like Johnny Walker fall back. Like, she like hit it with like a straight, and Shevchenko went, that happened like 3 times. So I think Grasso got a read on Shevchenko's like entries, and I think that she's going to get even more reads from the second fight. And I think that because Shevchenko's a bit older, especially for the women's division, she's had more fights, I feel like she's not going to improve at the rate that Grasso is improving at, especially with them fighting twice. I feel like Grasso would have learned more, and she'll be able to like grow from that more than Shevchenko. I feel like Shevchenko is just kind of maintaining her level, which was very elite for her time, but I feel like Grasso is actually getting better and better. And the second fight was so fucking close. I actually thought Grasso won. I know that scorecard was bullshit, that 10-8. Like, if you're going to go by the scorecards, Shevchenko should have won. But I thought that Grasso did more damage and she rocked and like dropped Shevchenko. I feel like Grasso has more power in her hands, and she's just more of a threat. Not really like a finishing threat, just more of like a dropping threat, like more damage to show to the judges. So yeah, I think that Grasso will take this. Okay, moving down to Diego Lopes versus Brian Ortega, T-City. Okay, I'm going to go Lopes TKO round 3. I actually was originally, when the fight was first booked, and like even when it got rebooked, I thought that I was going for Ortega, just because I like Brian Ortega, bro. I like the Eagle, but just I've seen some pictures of him in his fight kit, and he looks pretty tubby. He looks just like a bit out of shape. And he's talking a lot about, like I've seen some interviews, and he's talking a lot about going up to lightweight after this. Like he said, like he doesn't really see much for him in featherweight just because of all the losses he's got. He can only really fight Topuria because like he'd have to get like a win streak going to justify a rematch. You know, he couldn't just win 1 or 2 and then get a title shot because like you need to justify it a bit more to get a rematch, I think is what he's thinking. So he's talking a lot about going up to lightweight and probably fighting, I don't know. He didn't really mention who he's going to fight, but yeah. So I think his mind's on that. His mind's not on the featherweight division. His mind's not on actually getting to the featherweight title. Whereas Lopes is talking about the featherweight title. He looks more in shape. He looks more motivated. He's younger, you know. He doesn't have the beak and the feathers, you know. He didn't smash his beak against the feathers for 7 years. But yeah, I think he's just more in the zone mentally. And I think that their skills are actually quite similar. I think Lopes is a bit cleaner at striking, and I think Ortega is a little bit cleaner on the ground, just submissions, like actually getting submissions. But Lopes is a fucking grappler, like a legit grappler. So it's not like Ortega's gonna like mog him on the ground. So yeah, I think what will happen is it'll be taking heavy damage. Ortega will be taking heavy damage from Lopes on the feet, round 1 and 2. Maybe he'll get him down and it'll be like kind of close near the ends of the rounds, but Lopes will survive. And then round 3, he'll drop Ortega. And I think that Ortega won't get like KO'd. It'll be another TKO, like a ref stoppage. But I think Lopes will have dropped him like a few times before this. And then he'll just get like a little bit of ground and pound off and the ref will stop it. That's just what I see happening. I think Ortega looks a little bit chinny recently. And yeah, I think the grappling is not enough. Like, I don't think he's going to do what he did a year where he kind of gets him down and finishes him really quick. Like, that was kind of shit from Yair. I don't know how he got finished so quick, but I don't see that happening to Lopes, and I just see Lopes outclassing him on the feed. Okay, moving down to Daniel Zellhuber versus Esteban Ribovics. I'm not going to lie, since I was sick and I've been a little bit busy, I haven't really researched these other fights that much. But from the little bit of research I did, I think I'm going to go Zellhuber by decision. So I think that Zellhuber's a little bit better technically than Ribovics, but Ribovics has like sneaky angles and he has a bit more power. But I think Zellhuber will be smart enough to like survive. Like I feel like maybe Zellhuber might get dropped just because Ribovics does have like legit sneaky power. But I think if he gets dropped, that Zellhuber seems like he's pretty switched on and he'll be able to just like get a hold of him and then just kind of survive the round, maybe even get back up, maybe even like threaten some subs and like even out the round. But I don't see him getting dropped like 2 out of the 3 rounds. I think he'll probably get dropped 1 out of the 3 rounds and he'll win the other 2 just by being a bit more technical on the feet. Okay, moving down to Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osbourne. I'm going to go Ronaldo Rodriguez round 1 KO. An advantage to getting a video out this late is I was actually able to watch the press conference and like watch embedded and stuff and get like kind of a read on the fighters. And Ode Osbourne is talking about, like, who have you fought? Meanwhile, he's lost 5 and won 4. Like, yeah, you might have fought more guys, but you fucking lost majority of the time. So that's just a weird statement to make. And, you know, if he had have lost and he was like, you know, I lost, but I've improving rapidly, you know, I just wasn't up to the UFC standard, but now I'm better and I'm going to outclass this guy. I'd be like, okay, fair enough. You know, you've learnt from your mistakes, but the fact that he's so cocky, acting like he's like done something in the UFC when all he's done is fucking lose is cringe. And yeah, I think that, you know, Rodriguez seems legit crazy. I can fucking like him, bro. He made that press conference actually entertaining. And I feel like he's not, you know, it's not going to be like a Manuel Cap fucking Makayev situation where we're like yapping at each other and then that's a really boring fight. I think that fucking Rodriguez is going to run right at this cut and Ode Osbourne is not going to be able to, he's not going to be ready for it. He's not going to fucking be able to survive and I think he'll just onslaught him and finish him like in the first minute, just run at him. Like maybe Osbourne will get like a counter off or something, but then Rodriguez will just power through and just get the round 1 KO, I think. Okay, moving down to Irene Aldana versus Norma the Baddie Dumont. I'm going to go Dumont by unanimous decision. This is a bit of a coin flip to me. I feel like they're pretty even. Like, Aldana has better pure boxing, but I think that, what's the bunda again? What's her name? Dumont. She's just like a bit more solid mixed martial artist. But yeah, I think that because it's Noche UFC, my theory is that, Aldana fucking froze really bad against Nunes. Like, did not perform at all. So I think that the pressure of her being Mexican coming to Noche UFC, obviously she doesn't deal with pressure, right? So I feel like that might just make her a bit nervous, and she won't get the crisp boxing off like she usually does. And then I think that'll give the edge to Dumont, and she'll hope I didn't knock the mic there. I think I did. Whatever. Yeah, I think Dumont will just win. Maybe get her down one of the rounds. Maybe just piece her up with leg kicks and like rangy strikes the other one of the round. And yeah, I don't think Aldana will be at her peak. And even if she was at her peak, I think this is a very coin flip fight. But I think, yeah, just the pressure will give it over to Dumont. Okay, moving down to Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bahomondes. I'm going to go Bahomondes by round 2 KO. Here is another close fight. I'm surprised because usually when they do like Canada or Mexico or like Australia, they'll kind of give the Mexicans or like the home team easy matchups. But they really haven't done this here. Every Mexican versus non-Mexican is actually really close, which is cool. It makes it more entertaining. But yeah, I'm gonna go Torres by round 2 KO. They seem very evenly matched. Like I watched like both of their recent fights, and I just think Torres just has a little bit more power, which I think is going to give him the edge. Like he kind of finds angles a bit more efficiently. Like Bahomondes, I think is a bit, I don't know. They seem very even technically, but I just think Torres has a bit more power, so I think that gives him the edge. Okay, moving down to Yazmin Jauregui versus Ketlen Souza. I'm going to go Jauregui by decision. So Jauregui is actually like the fucking really heavy favorite, which I don't really get. Like, I think she is going to win. She seems a little bit better technically, but I could definitely see Souza winning this. Like, they're not that far apart in skill. And, if you want to, maybe I'll put a little bit of money on Souza, like just a $5, like underdog pick. But yeah, for who I think is going to win, this is a pick, not a betting channel, So yeah, I'm going to go Jauregui. She just seems a little bit better. But the heavy favorite's kind of crazy. Okay, moving down to Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. This is a good fight. I don't know why. I kind of wish it was on the main, just because I like Joshua Van, and I'm gonna go Joshua Van by decision. But I think this is a very weird fight. Like, this almost seems like a setup. I don't know why they're giving Joshua Van such weird matchups. Like, Charles Johnson was on a streak. Like, that was actually a good matchup because Joshua Van was coming off a win, and if he had have won that would have propelled him forward. But why are they doing this to Joshua Van 2 months after he got KO'd nastily, like overwhelmed KO? It wasn't just one. It wasn't like he got like stoppage. He legit got flatlined. Like, it's kind of weird. I feel like they might be doing this just because they want to get Edgar Chairez a win. Like, because like Joshua Van is legit up and coming guy. So they give him 2 months after. So then the Mexican guy beats him coming off KO, coming back too quick, and then the Mexican guy gets like, major props, like, oh, Joshua Van's a legit guy. Edgar Chairez, bro, he's come off a few losses, but now he's improved and he's beat a legit guy. Meanwhile, like, it's just because Joshua Van wasn't ready to come back yet. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's a bit of a weird conspiracy theory, but I don't know why they are fucking doing this to Joshua Van. I feel like they should be pushing Joshua Van. He got no questions at the press conference. He was like the only guy not to get a question. Like, Norma Dumont got like fucking 4 questions. Like, I know she's bad, but like, come on, bro. Joshua Van's a legit guy, and I don't think they fucking push him enough. But I don't think it's going to work because Joshua Van seems way better than Edgar Chairez. It's a little bit of a hard matchup for Joshua Van just because Chairez is kind of rangy. But I think Joshua Van would have learnt from his mistake that he made against Charles Johnson, where he didn't respect like the onslaught and like circled. He kind of just like matched it and kind of like egoed. That's why he got knocked out. So yeah, I think Joshua Van would have learned from that, and I just hope he doesn't get like KO'd because he's too chinny because he didn't take enough time off. But I don't think it will happen. Okay, moving down to Raul Rosas Jr. versus what the fuck's this? The Mongolian murderer Aoriqileng. Aoriqileng. Yeah, I'm going to go Rosas by round 2 sub. I'm not super confident on it, though. I think it's more likely it will happen than won't. But Aoriqileng, whatever the fuck, he's kind of a scary dude. Like, he has like kind of like a real aggressive aura that I could see him like using his veteran just kind of intimidating Rosas and just kind of like big brothering him. But he also has some submission losses, and his grappling defense and like submission defense doesn't seem that clean. So I think it's kind of a setup for Rosas Jr. to win. But I could see him just mentally breaking Rosas somehow just with like aura. But I doubt it. Like, I think Rosas is he's a little bit, dumb, so maybe that won't work as well, just because he won't really know what he's trying to do. So I think maybe that'll be an advantage for him. And I think, you know, his takedowns are actually pretty legit, and his submission is legit fucking dangerous. So yeah, I think he will win. But I could see the Mongolian murderer getting it. Okay, guys, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I think this card's all right. I mean, I feel like they could have loaded it a bit more. Like, I guess they're kind of leaning on those movies that are going to be happening in between, like the whole Sphere vibe carrying. But am I the only one that's not even really that excited for that? Like, I just want to watch fights. If I wanted to watch a fucking movie, I'd watch a movie, you know? I want to watch fights. I don't want to watch, like promos are good, but I don't want the promos to be the main fucking feature of the event. Just my opinion. You know, cancel me for it if you want. But guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.